Wait, give me 1 minute. Hold on. I'm gonna watch our favorite Nazi. Hold on. Who's verified on Twitter.
I'll give you another example of this from somebody I've talked about on my show before, Madison Cawthorn. Madison Cawthorn, the perfect guy for politics. Handsome, tall, wheelchair bound. Wheelchair bound. You know what I don't understand, and I don't know if this is deliberate.
Oh, thanks for the $5.
I don't know if this is a play on words, but why is this guy always talking about standing up? Is it just me? Every speech, every tweet, I'm gonna take a stand. How?
Wait.
How are you gonna do that?
Is this his own conference? He is the brand America First, right? How many, Jesus, how many people, why are conservatives so much better at politics? No, it's not conservatives, it's just him. This guy is uniquely. How many people attended this? Is there any more information on this?
My fellow Americans, we got a #1 victory. The we're about to get down.
He legit has what it takes to be elected if he wasn't an obvious Nazi. I don't think he is an obvious Nazi though. I don't think that's true. I think if you were off the internet, I don't know if you could ever be convinced that somebody like Fuentes is a Nazi. I think his rhetoric is on point enough that you'd never catch him in that. Like trying to explain to an average person like the cookie analogy, I think they would just look at you like you're crazy. I think they'd just be like, "What, dude? You're reading too far into it." I really do think the average person would think like that. Gosar, Jesus. What state is this guy from? Arizona. Literally chilling with a Nazi. Damn. Is the idea here that people want to be heroic so they create fictitious villains so that they can, and then this is alluding to like tilting at windmills? Damn, this is a really good comic. This is a really good comic. It seems like a Nazi comic, but this is a really good comic. Holy shit. Jeez. Stonetoss is a Nazi? Yeah. What is it in response to? I guess the idea is that if you're a left-leaning person and you are making up that the other person is a Nazi, and then it's a play off of, there's an old idiom called tilting at windmills, which 99% of everybody in chat is very excited when it's from Don Quixote, yes, where you're basically attacking an imaginary enemy. But the windmill is shaped like a Nazi. This is a key. This is... I don't know how I feel about this, where people are saying like the CPAC stage is designed to look like an ancient ruin, that the Odal ruin. Man, I don't know about this shit. I've seen the lightning bolts, but after a while, you're gonna run out of geometry. I don't know about this one, boys. I'm not sure. Maybe though, but there's only so many ways that lines and angles can be put together.
£5. Hi, smiley face.
But I don't know.
Sound better?
Yes, thank God. Good job.
Yes, it was on my camera.
Oh.
Sorry about that. So I saw you were looking at the Myanmar tweet a little bit earlier.
Oh, I brought it up for like 2 seconds, yeah.
Oh. Have you been following the Myanmar situation at all?
I just know there was a coup. And a girl doing yoga. That's about it.
A girl doing yoga. Yeah. So, would you like to learn a little bit about it?
If you want to talk about it a little bit, yeah, go for it.
Sure. So this is actually a really interesting quandary to kind of figure out what people think about on the world stage, on like what America's role should be. So basically, there was the party of Suu Kyi, the National League for Democracy, that she was basically the leader of the country for about 10 years. She won 2 elections. And what happened was that the military did a coup against her. Suu Kyi has a complicated history. She was a fighter for democracy, generally throughout her past. But also, she was widely condemned after she was basically complicit in the genocide against the Rohingya. And after democracy was brought to Myanmar, after a very long period of a military junta, they had kind of like a split democracy where the military automatically got 25% of the electorate. They
So that they can never make like fundamental changes to their constitution.
yeah,
that would
basically,
threaten-
and it was very convenient that you needed 75% of the vote to change the constitution. So they had veto power essentially. If you wanted to change the constitution to take away the military's power, you'd need to get the military
On board
to
with it.
agree to it. It's like if you wanted to get rid of the United States Senate, you need to get the Senate to vote for it, right? It's made itself an institution. They also get key cabinet positions and of course have veto power. So they entrenched themselves in society, and what the military strategy was basically like, okay, here's what we're gonna do: we'll entrench ourselves so we can never be removed, and then we'll just have military-aligned parties win elections. The problem is, decades of military dictatorship made them very unpopular, and so in the last 2 elections, they got absolutely steamrolled. I mean, like 80% vote for National League of Democracy steamrolled, where if they didn't have their 25% automatically, they would be losing seats under the 25% roll. So they were just getting absolutely steamrolled. And the first time they molded pretty hard, but they just kind of sucked it up. But this time they molded super hard. And then, I don't know if this sounds familiar, they went out and started making claims about voter fraud, which were completely unproven. And then they just started arresting people, and they did the military coup. And so the interesting moral quandary here is the people of Myanmar very clearly are united on the fact, except for the ultra-nationalists, that the military dictatorship is bad. If you want to make the argument from like, hey, well, what about Suu Kyi? She was complicit in the genocide. Well, the military was the institution that did the genocide that she was complicit in. So it would just be even worse on that front. If you wanted to make the argument of, well, what about the military, sovereignty, then you could, of course, say that, well, I think the government is of its people and extent. Basically, the military is widely hated by the people of Myanmar. They are human rights abusers to the max, and they did a illegal, unconstitutional military coup. And so the moral question here is, does the United States have a role in getting involved in some situation, whether that be placing sanctions, doing anything with trade? This is the interesting moral quandary, because I propose this to different people, and some people are just like, we should just say the protesters are cool and back off, when other people, like myself, think we should get more involved.
Okay.
What do you think?
In terms of like, should we try to get involved?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if you're like a hardcore globalist when it comes to these types of things or not.
If there's any violation of international law that's taken place, and the UN deems it as such, then yeah, we should. Unilaterally, I'm not a big fan of unilateral pressure. But.
So here's a few options, right? So one thing that could be done is, and this is something we are doing, is placing sanctions on the people who are involved in the coup, military officials, which basically make it so we tie up their assets in the United States. They cannot travel here. They can't vacation here. We did the same thing for people who are participating in the cultural genocides in Xinjiang, and we also already did that for people who are doing the genocide of the Rohingya. And Biden is also placing sanctions on military companies because the military has a huge influence in the economy of the country, and so they basically chose 3 military companies involved in, like, I believe, jewelry, and have placed sanctions on those direct companies while avoiding sanctions on, like, food or medicine imports because they don't want to hurt the people directly. So that's one option. But is that working? So the question is do you think it is our right to violate that nation's sovereignty, if you think it's a violation of sovereignty, to place sanctions on military companies to do those types of things? What do you think?
I mean, is it within law that we're allowed to unilaterally sanction people, or are these sanctions coordinated by the UN? Sorry.
It's the United States sanctioning. It is us doing it. We did not. The UN is not like doing a coordinated sanctioning. So what happened was we tried to do like a UN condemnation, but China stepped up and was like, "Hey man, everything's fine. Like I don't know what the problem is," and that's because China has a deep relationship with the military. They would actually meet with government officials and then with the military and maybe you can see a pattern here when it comes to China and Muslims getting genocided. But when the Rohingya was genocided in Myanmar/Burma, they actually stood up and said, everything looks fine to me. And then when the same thing happened in Xinjiang, you know, the government of Myanmar stood up and said, everything looks fine to me. They got each other's back when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the U.S. taking like unilateral action here. I think coordinating via like the big bodies we have is much stronger. But do sanctions have to go through the Security Council? Do you know?
These types of sanctions, no, they don't need to go to the Security Council. We could, because we're saying that they cannot use our assets. We will not do business with their companies. You will not be able to vacation here, and you will not use our financial institutions to make profit because we don't want to contribute to your military coup. That's what that's the idea between with our sanctions, and being the most powerful economic power on the planet. Obviously, that has an impact. Right, so you don't really need to go through. There's other countries stepping up to do this. There is, like, the UN is widely. I think they eventually moved through with a condemnation through. I think it was a different mechanism. I think it was a UNHCR possibly. But basically, all said and done, the UN isn't going to really do much other than the UN ambassador from Myanmar yesterday like stood up and did like a rah stop the coup, and then the next day he was fired. But besides that, there's no movement there because what can they do? They're obviously not going to invade. They're not going to be able to coordinate that type of thing. So what is the responsibility? What should we do as moral actors on the global stage? If the international community doesn't act, should we place economic sanctions on them? Should we say you can't use our resources? We're not going to participate with this
no, I'm a big fan of the international community has to act. I think that the U.S. needs to be like a leader in these cases, and like if we can't like rally support to our cause on this, I think it just further hurts our position as like a global leader.
So you would allow the people participating in the coup to continue to access U.S. banking institutions and resources?
Yeah, I think that's how it has to be. If we can't get all of our allies on board with a particular decision, I don't know if it's
that's what Biden ended up doing. He ended up placing sanctions on more of the military officials. He went through with I can get you the thing if you wanted to read it. He put certain sanctions on military companies, and it was something that I widely supported.
Sure.
Yeah, I was just interested. So you're just huge on multilateralism to an extent of like even like just sanctions from your own country. Just no, not.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like the U.S. has undermined its position over the last 4 years as like actually for quite a while, overtaking like a leadership role on this. So I don't know. It feels better to do it from a coordinated way, but I don't know.
Wouldn't the difficulty be that China being on the Security Council would just usurp?
Well, that's why I was asking if all sanctions have to go through the Security Council, right? Because I don't know if normal sanctions need to go through the Security Council.
If we wanted to take like a police action, or if we wanted to, most things I think have to. I think there might be something. I don't know. I'd have to go through the specifics. Okay, just an interesting moral quandary. Because I saw you were looking at it.
Yeah.
Also, why'd you vote Bastiat? Vosh. I'm so interested.
I thought that Bastia didn't respond well to I think you guys spent like an hour arguing about the coercion thing, and Bastia just didn't have a good, I think, response to that.
Do you think he was wrong about coercion?
Yeah, I think his view on it was totally incoherent. Bastia's view was, yeah. I think Bosch's view was bad too, but Bastia didn't do a good job responding to it.
Yeah, and the coconut analogy and the dick sucking analogy just didn't look good in.
Well, it's not that it didn't look good. It's that Bastia, I don't think, had a good framework by which to analyze that analogy.
You didn't know you were going to be the tiebreaker?
No, because you DM'd me like 10 minutes before it was done.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You're lucky I was listening. Jeez.
Hey, man, look, I appreciate you being the celebrity guest judge. I know you are somebody who's like, a big egoist, if I remember correctly. Maybe backstabbing. It just comes with perks.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And I'm sure Bastiat will remember it. There was a huge debate in the community on whose bridge you're gonna burn next, and I think you've made it clear. You've declared it.
We'll see. I'm trying to build new bridges really quickly so I can have more to burn, because I'm running out of bridges to burn. But now I've got a filthy robot bridge. I've got a ABBA bridge, so I'm working on building so I can tear them down soon. Don't worry.
Happy to hear it.
Yeah. All right, well, I love you, buddy. I'm about to beat the game called Cyberpunk, okay?
Okay, man. You have a nice day.
Yeah, stay safe, be careful. What?
I'm 37 years old. For everyone who wants to know, 37. That's how old I am.
Really?
Yeah, really. That's a fact. Okay, why are you saying,
I
oh,
don't
really?
know.
How old do you think I fucking was?
I don't know. I thought you were in your 40s.
No, I'm not. I'm 37. I can get down. Okay, I can get way the fuck down. I can get out there. I can get to work.
I mean, Myth, I'm down to go on a hike today. I'm down to go on a hike tomorrow. Actually, I can't tomorrow, but why Tuesday, bro? Let's go Monday.
Oh my God, I'm so curious if he's gonna get banned or not. We'll finally have a test. Can white people say the soft A? Or wait, did he say something different? He says right after that he didn't say it.
Oh,
I'm down to go on a hike today. I'm down to go on a hike tomorrow. Actually, I can't tomorrow, but why Tuesday, bro? Let's go Monday.
Dude, you know what
Wait, let me hear it one more time. Go ahead.
You don't like what?
Hold on.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm on my way. Oh,
Let's see.
yeah, I'm actually dead, dude. Yeah.
It might be I'm thinking, but really slurred. Thinking. If I say that enough, will I say?
I mean, Myth, I'm down to go on a hike.
What's the other guy's name? Is it Nathan or something? I don't know. Maybe? Myth? Oh, he's talking to Myth? No.
Hold on, I'm gonna listen to it myself.
Uh-huh.
Dude, there's no... What do you mean? He said that it clear as day. Wait, what could he possibly be saying?
Well, I'm trying to think because my mind has been fucked with all of like the little auditory not hallucinations, like the auditory tricks or whatever. Like all the there've been like 4 different things. What am I thinking of? You know what I'm thinking of, where you can hear like either word?
You have to analyze the mouth.
I don't know. Oh yeah, like the Laurel and the Yanni shit. So I don't know if I trust my ears anymore to ever hear it. But there's been more than that. It's not just that one. Green Needle and Brainstorm. Yeah, holy shit. There have been so many.
Go on, put it on 0.25 speed.
I can't. I don't trust myself.
To what?
To know what it is. I don't trust my ears anymore. You know what? Big hot Destiny take. Big hot take coming out of the Destiny camp. I don't think saying the soft A among friends is a big deal. I'm bringing it out. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Who the fuck cares? He's clearly not fucking being racist. Like, we hear it in media, we hear it in music, we hear it from celebrities. Like, I think it's fucking fine. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? Who cares?
Are we allowed to say it when we're singing songs? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I think you should be able to. Wait, what date is this?
I guess that's today, right?
Is it?
Oh, that's what RTBA is saying. He's going over it right now.
Oh, no. In this guy's chat. Literally right now. Oh. Okay.
Spectre, $5. Screw Scott Bradley. All my homies hate Scott Bradley.
Nice. How do you feel about Hasan defending him? I mean, we can find out.
Tyler, $5.
Why he would defend him.
I didn't say
Hold
goose,
on.
no, I said goose, you know?
Let's see.
I mean, Myth, I'm down to go on a hike.
Oh yeah, Hasan's gonna defend this guy. It's not even close to wondering whether or not he would. Holy shit. Obviously.
Conversations, whether it's with Myth or whether it's with anybody else, from my point of view, that's fucked up. But I don't think he actually said it. I don't think he actually fucking was using it in that way. It sucks because it's a situation where it looks like he casually dropped it. That's still psychopathic for him to literally casually out of nowhere in front of like however many thousand people that are watching him to literally use the fucking M-word like that. You have to look at whether this person is the type of person who would fucking say racist things or have racist beliefs, who casually fucking likely says it in private and is now accidentally letting it slip.
How white do you have to be to give this take? Are you serious? He's got to be ultra racist to say something like this.
In public before you start fucking launching accusations like this shit. And no, I will fucking defend Symfuhny here. Once again, I don't think he's the type of person who fucking casually
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed. Reconciliation arc be starting now. What is this?
I hate the left. I hate it so.
Oh, stop.